Yeah, let's get into this Harden trade.
So ultimately, it was 4 teams. It was 4 teams involved. Yep. And also involved the Cavs and the Pacers.
Yeah, so the Pacers, they gave up Oladipo to the Rockets for Karis LeVert, who went to Houston. Let's get some of these details.
Total of 3 minutes.
Yeah, so
yeah, and then the Pacers also got a second rounder out of that. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. What the Rockets are going to do with what they got, because Victor Oladipo's an expiring contract.
Oladipo,
and there's also rumors that Oladipo doesn't want to be in Houston.
Yeah, there's rumors that Oladipo might force out to Miami.
The Cavs were also in there as a third party. They only gave up a first-round pick and walked out with Jared Allen and Taurean Prince.
So I would say the Cavs were, for what they gave up, they probably got some of the best value out of that trade.
Yeah,
definitely. And I think they're going to replace that first-round pick that they lost probably with a Kevin Love trade.
Because the first-round pick that they gave up was theirs, but it was Milwaukee's.
Yeah, so they're not really losing much there. And it was 2022, I think.
Yeah,
so they're not losing much there at all. That's a steal for the Cavs, I think. Because now, I've been saying they're going to get rid of Drummond since they traded for him.
I think they're going to get rid of one of the other players, because they have obviously they're going to have younger players. Their backcourt is probably going to be their foundation of Colin Sexton and Darius Garland. Yeah, so it's probably going to be their foundation, and then obviously fitting with that timeline, because they're both like 20, would be Jared Allen, who's only like 22 at this point. So obviously the older
they're doing a very good job of building for the future as well.
And they only got him for literally a first round pick, and he's an established center who can.
And he's having a really good season.
Yeah, he is 22.
Some analysts have argued that Allen was the second or third best player on that team before he left, better than Kyrie was doing, which I disagree with. But
you can
make an argument for it. But it's hard to agree with.
Yeah,
I think.
But with Kyrie ghosting the team and stuff.
I think LeVert was doing better too.
And missing out on games, not consistently showing up.
Yeah, Jared Allen was doing great. And they got him for literally a first-round pick, so that was a great deal for them, and he fits their timeline. Mm-hmm. So now they're able to get rid of the older guys.
And I think they're willing to pay him because they will have cap.
Yeah.
Taurean Prince is just a kind of throw in there. But
throw in there a bit of veteran experience.
Yeah.
Because they have a very young roster.
Also, Cleveland did give up Exum to the Rockets as well. So Houston, what they received 3 unprotected first-round picks from Brooklyn. Those picks are in 2022, 24, and 26. They got pick swaps in 21, 23, 25, and 27. So they basically have the Brooklyn Nets picks until 2027, which I think is very valuable, because I'd make the argument that Harden, Kyrie, and Durant, even if they do work out,
they all have player options in
like 2 years.
2 years. So you could see how poorly that could go. Like, imagine they all opt out after that 2 years.
Ooh.
Nets are done for. They traded away their future of picks. They lost their 3 superstars. I don't think all 3 will leave. I think maybe 1 or 2 will.
I don't think they're all going to leave.
I see Kyrie. I see Kyrie leaving, and then Harden and Durant.
I'm not going to say that they're going to blow. They haven't even up on the court, so I'm not going to make any assumptions about how they're going to work, if they're going to blow up or anything like that. Because theoretically, we've seen a lot of cases in the past where people have said, oh, there's one ball, there's this, there's that. And then players decide, hey, we've literally been in the league for over 10 years. Let's get our stuff together. Let's get it together. And they actually focus on winning.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to assume anything yet. But even if they stay, it's up until 2027. So, I mean, they're over 30.
Houston's going to get value picks.
32, exactly. So at
one of them is going to end up retiring before they get out of that.
So that's like 5 years. So Kevin Durant will be 37. So they're going to have value in at least some of their picks.
I mean, those opt-outs, I think, are a big part of what Houston's GM also is a rookie, and he's doing a great job. Great job. He just got a haul of picks. He set up his whole entire future.
I think that earned him a lot of respect within that organization.
Yeah, that's a 10-year GM move right there. That was a great move. It's definitely not as bad. I might have overreacted. I tweeted out that this is the Boston and Brooklyn trade all over again.
Yeah.
Which is maybe overreaction, because when you look back at it, Garnett and Pierce, they were more kind of role players at that point.
They were already digressing.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
But that was more because I said that because of the picks, obviously. just the picks that Boston got. They got a haul of picks, and now Houston has this haul of picks. And you know that some of these picks from Brooklyn are going to be very good. And if Kyrie, Durant, and Harden can't gel, which I'm leaning towards that they won't, that's just me. It's the most toxic locker room in the whole entire league, I think. But even if they do work, they are going to be valuable picks. So, I mean, we'll see. But
yeah, getting them that long term was a good idea. It was a good move by the Rockets.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Rockets really, really stole here. They really, really stole. Also, in this, the Nets have 3 open roster spots now. They got $5.7 million tax mid-level exception that they have there. So they have 3 slots that they now need to fill.
And also likely a $5.7 million exception because of Dinwiddie's season injury.
I think that this could be very, very interesting for the Nets here. And I don't think that they really have the foundation for the future. And if they don't win in this next 2 years, I think this trade is an absolute failure.
If they win a championship, they'll be satisfied. They won't really care.
Yeah. If they do win a championship, it's worth it. But
if Kyrie is the one that doesn't work out, they could still theoretically trade him.
Yeah.
If they needed to.
Yeah, especially if Kyrie just keeps ghosting them and stuff. And especially if Harden and Kyrie get into a fight or something, Kyrie's going to be out of there for at least a week.
I feel like Kyrie's patience is running very slim with this situation because he's probably thinking, you guys really didn't think I was enough for like a championship and whatever. Gave up our big men and stuff like that.
And Kyrie left the Cavs because he didn't want to be in LeBron's shadow. He comes to Boston, and he's not satisfied with that. He knows he can't be really the leader of the team. Didn't work. Yeah. And then he comes to Brooklyn. Durant's injured. So, he's technically in the shadow of Durant for the first season, but he was really the leader of the team on the court, at least. And now he is the third in line. Yeah. He's the Chris Bosh of this team, if you want to look into big threes.
Yeah.
So it's either this move was made against his own will, or
even if this is against
good for this,
his will, he has to recognize that that's his fault, because if he was actively with the team every single day, I feel like that involved him, but he's not even with the team. So how can he expect his opinion to be valued?
I mean,
when he's not even attending practice, the games, and he doesn't offer a reason or anything. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people, are defending him. I understand it was his family and everything, like that he was the party that he was photographed at. But the biggest thing is that those are his employers, and he didn't offer any reason, any timetable, anything.
It's just stupid. I mean, if this was any other job, he'd be fired. So, he's getting some privilege there. But, I mean, it's really, really rough.